Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley and I am a full-time reseller, which means that I go to places like thrift stores. The main place I go to is the Goodwill Bins, and I find items to flip online for a profit. So the other day I went to the Goodwill outlet. I usually go there at least once, sometimes twice a week. The closest one to me is about 45 minutes away, and it's $1.89 per pound. So at the Goodwill outlet, you pay by the pound instead of by the item. Like I said, the other day I went to the Goodwill outlet on Monday. It is now Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. This will be going up way after Thanksgiving, so I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. So the other day when I went, I got about 70 items. I paid $1.28 per item. I'm going to show you a majority of those items today. And yeah, today we got a little bit of a different background going. I put my logo up behind me. Of course, the Christmas tree, because we love the Christmas vibes. Let me know what you think. Do you guys like this better? Or do you guys, typically I sit on the floor. Do you like that setup better? Let me know. So we are just going to jump right into it. We have a lot of great finds. So the first piece my boyfriend actually found. He came with me on Monday when we went. And one of the times when we were waiting for the bins to switch, like at my location, when they're switching the bins out, you have to stand on one side of the store and then they'll flip the other side. Well, during that time, he was standing there and watching the bins roll out, and he saw this Coach bag sitting in there. Now, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, that's probably not worth a lot, but definitely try to grab it because, it's at the bins, which means it's going to be really cheap and gonna be worth picking up regardless, especially if it's in good condition. So somebody actually helped him grab this, so thank you so much to whoever that was. I don't know, one of the regulars that go to the bins like I do, but this is a Coach crossbody / shoulder bag. It can be converted into a shoulder bag using this little kind of a buckle thing right here, this little hook. This does have a little bit of wear on it, but it is in overall really good condition. You can see on the back there's a little bit of wear, but this is called like the signature chain crossbody shoulder bag. Has that little charm there. And yeah, on the inside of Coach bags, they have this leather tag with the number. That serial number down here is how you can look up the style of this. That's exactly what I did. The inside of this is in really good condition as well. Like not very much staining or wear at all. A few minor spots in there, but overall in really good condition. Like I said, I will be listing this for around $30, and I hope to get, around $30. I just saw my boyfriend pull up. So this next piece is a good bread and butter filler piece. This is just a J. Crew collector tee, but I loved the all over lighthouse print on this. Super adorable. Won't be able to get much for this, but again, a great filler piece. Probably be able to get between $22 and $25. This next piece is a vintage, new tag, vintage chunky sweater vest. Men's size 4X. The brand is Mega Loss. Probably be able to get between $25 and $30 for that. List it closer to the $30 end. This next piece also doesn't go for a lot, but I picked it up because it's new with tags. The brand is Rawlings. Pair of baseball pants, navy, size extra large if I remember. No, I'm sorry, adult size medium. Be able to get around $22 to $25 for those. This next piece is a vintage sweater. I found a handful of vintage sweaters this trip, and if you guys have watched any of my videos, you know I love selling vintage sweaters. This is just by the brand David Taylor. This chunky knit has this like striped and diamond pattern sweater, size extra large. Be able to get around $25 to $30 for that. This next piece, super fuzzy. If this was any bigger, I probably would have kept it for myself. It does fit, but it's a little snug. It's a size small, an oversized size small. This is by the brand Lou & Grey. I'm very picky with this brand, but I knew that this substantial piece and this white piece is still very white, even being in the bins. There's a little bit of wear in the sleeves, but in really good condition. So this piece, actually, I should be able to get around $30 to $35 for. This piece I just loved. Again, I don't think it's actually vintage, but has that vintage look, patchwork look, embroidered, cable knit, speckled, chunky knit, croft and borrow, size medium. Again, probably be able to get around $25 for that. This one is vintage by the brand Tally Ho. Women's size small, definitely oversized. This plaid button up. It is missing one button, it looks like. Yes, it is missing one button there, but again, around 25 to 30 for that. This next piece, I just loved this style. It has embroidered butterflies all over it. Pair of like mom style jeans, kind of a skinnier fit. This is a junior size 13. The brand is Material Girl. This exact piece though has been selling around $25, so I think I'm going to be listing mine around $25. And I found a handful of vintage kids pieces this day, which I really was excited about. I've been really getting into selling kids pieces, especially vintage kids pieces. The first thing I found was this shirt. Look at this adorable like summer print. Has sunscreen, popsicles, beach balls, and then I found a matching pair of overalls a little bit later. Button up in the front, has the same print right there on the pockets. This is just so freaking adorable. The brand is Joyex, Gammons, Happy Kids. I'm not sure. A lot of times, brand does not matter. This is a size 4T though. And if I remember correctly, I'll be listing that around $25. This next piece, again, super old Oshkosh. I mean, this is like super old, probably from the 80s, early 90s, overalls. I love this. I'll show you what the tag looks like. Super old paper tag. Actually, I don't think there's any other tag in here but this one. But again, size 4T. I'm assuming that the same person probably donated all of these clothes. This I'll be listing for around $30, which is just shocking. Hoping to get between 25 and 30 for it, but I will be listing it at 30. This piece, again, a vintage kids piece. This is a little stained up. Maybe I should have left it behind. It does say it's a 6, I think, but there's no way that this would fit a kid size 6. More like a kid's 4 or maybe 3. But it's this dress. It has smocking there. However, the elastic in the smocking is definitely worn. Not as stretchy anymore, but it has polka dots and bees on it. And then it has this matching like little shawl. So adorable. I'll be listing that probably around $20 just because of the little bit of staining on it. But I'm sure if somebody knows what they're doing, they could get that discoloration out. If you could see, especially up here, definitely not as white as it once was. This is a vintage women's piece, women's size medium crop top, animal print, and the animals have sunglasses on it. Oh my goodness, just look at that. I'm assuming this is from the 80s again, early 90s. Spumoni is the brand. I think it was a size medium. Yep, size medium. That'll be listing for around $30, I believe. Hope to get between 25 and 30. This piece is a great bread and butter brand for me. Any tactical pants really are really great sellers for me. But this is by the brand 511 Tactical. They sell women's and men's, but this is a men's size 34 by 32. Also has elastic on the waist, which I really liked. Cargo pants. And it has this very subtle ripstop pattern, which is those small squares, if you could see that. These I should be able to get, again, between 25 and 30. I'll be listing it closer to $30. This is another vintage kids piece. Size 4T again. Corduroy with these little Scotty dogs. Oh my goodness. Be able to get around $20 for that. This piece, I recently sold a black jacket by this brand, and it sold the same day. This is by the brand Walls. Definitely a brand you want to be on the lookout for. This is a canvas work jacket. Now, this does have some marks on the front, but that's totally fine. Since it's a work jacket, people don't care about that as much. Now, of course, it decreases the value if it has staining on it, but I still should be able to get around $30 for that. And this is a men's size extra large, which definitely helps it for sure. And that has like a quilted fleece lining as well. This piece does have a couple marks on it. I may be able to get them out. I'm not sure. But this is a vintage Burberry's pair of men's trousers. Now, there was no size on this or a material tag. So that definitely is going to decrease the value on this. But they have cuffing, they have pleating at the front there. So I will, of course, include measurements, and then whatever the waist by inseam measurement is, I will put that in my title. But I will be listing these right around $30. Again, hope to get 25 to 30. This piece I really really liked. This is vintage, just by the brand Spirit, which isn't really anything special. Women's size medium. It's this southwestern print jacket, but let me show you the bottom. There's llamas on it. Oh my goodness, there's llamas on it. Now the buttonholes are a little bit stretched out, so the buttons don't stay in there as well as they once did. There are a couple spots on here as well. Nothing major though. This is super unique. I saw somebody else had this exact piece listed for around like $65. Definitely not listing mine at that. You can see a couple spots back there as well. I think I'm going to list mine around $40 and hope to get around $33 to $40. This brand, I've only picked this up one other time. I actually recently sold that piece that I picked up. It was a dress, a flannel plaid dress, but this is a jacket. The brand is Legendary Whitetails. I would not pay up for this brand, but their jackets definitely do better, and their flannel, like shackets and flannel shirts, definitely do better than other pieces by them. But this is a women's wool blend plaid jacket with the toggle buttons on it. This I should be able to get around $30. That's what I'll be listing it for. This piece my boyfriend found. I believe that is vintage. The brand is Feeling, but this has this super adorable embroidery all over it. Has a ship. Honestly, it kind of looks like Noah's Ark. I don't know if it's supposed to be that, but it also has a saying there. Pause that, and I cannot figure out what it says, but I did not find anything exactly like this listed. I did find other stuff by a brand, Swan something, that's very similar to this, that sells for really good money. So this piece I think I'll be listing for around $35 just because it's really unique. This next piece, again, my boyfriend found. Very proud of him. He knows that stuff like this really sells. Like work overalls sell really well, especially depending on the brand. This, again, is by the brand Walls, which is the same brand as that jacket. But this is a pair of overalls. Men's size, extra large, actually. So maybe the same person donated both of these. But, again, a full pair of work overalls. These are quilted, insulated. As you can see, these are kind of destroyed, pretty dirty. But somebody will buy these. And even with all those marks on them, I should be able to get around $35 to $40. So if you find anything like this, don't be afraid to pick it up, even if it has a bunch of marks on it. This next piece, again, my boyfriend picked up. This is a great bread and butter piece, just a pair of Levi's 505s, men's black pair of jeans. These are a bigger size though, which is why I decided to pick them up when he showed them to me. Size 44 by 36, which is a harder to find size. Should be able to get around $20 to $25 for those. We'll be listing them around $25. This piece is a vintage Charter Club 100% pure wool women's plaid skirt. Skirts like this do really well for me, especially vintage, especially if they're 100% wool. They do really well for me this time of year, and I'll be listing that around $28. Hope to get between $22 and $28. These two pieces are the exact same print, the same thing basically, except one is a pair of shorts and one is a pair of pants. These are definitely vintage, new tags. The brand is Night Times or Night Moves. The odd thing is they're one size fits all. Very odd. I'm actually going to be listing these as a men's size extra large, just because I feel like a one size fits most. If I put that as the size, it would definitely be a harder sell. But it is this safari, like jungle print, all over print pair of shorts. These are very interesting. They have kind of this drawstring like this at the waist. The pants are the exact same thing, both one size, like I said, but I'll be listing both as an extra large. They're a lighter weight cotton material. So yeah, I'll be listing each of these separately around $23 just because they're kind of unique. I couldn't find really much on them. And yeah, I'm not sure. Actually, I think I'll be listing each closer to $25. This next piece, I believe in my last video or a couple of hauls ago, I talked about how Old Navy and plus sizes, especially dresses, can do really well. This is an Old Navy women's size 2XL dress. It's this smocked kind of chambray denim midi dress. Has a ruffle bottom, has pockets. I love the sleeves. Has this like ruffle detailing on the sleeves. I'll be listing this around $25. Old Navy plus size dresses, even pre-owned, can go for $25. So if you didn't know that, definitely look it up. Plus size though is the key. Smaller sizes do not sell as well. This is another vintage t-shirt. This is just by the brand Relaxed Choices. Women's size 24 wide, like a 3X, but it has this unique graphic on it with all of this beading. Now there is beading missing from the roof here. I believe the roof here at one point definitely had beading. But otherwise, in pretty decent condition, really unique, like I said. I'll be listing that for around $25. This next piece my boyfriend found. He knows I love stuff that is this print. The celestial, like star, moon, sun, planet print. This is a scrub top, which scrub tops can do decently well, especially unique prints like holiday prints, Disney, sports prints, like I've sold a Phillies print scrub top. They can do decently well. Not for $1 million, but they could sell for between $20 and $25 pre-owned. So this is just by the brand Tafford Uniforms. No size tag, but I believe it's like a size 2X. I'll be listing that for around $23. My boyfriend found this. I was really proud of him. He is learning more and more about vintage and just things to look out for. So this is a vintage single stitch t-shirt, which means that at the hemline here and on the sleeves, it has one stitch line around there, if you could see that, instead of two. Modern t-shirts have two stitch lines, so this is definitely from the 90s or older. This is from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, more of a cropped style, yellow, super soft. I kind of thought about keeping this for myself because I love this length of t-shirt. Like, it's just my favorite, but I'm definitely going to be listing it, but if it doesn't sell, I might end up keeping it. I'll be listing it for around, I think, like $23 again as well. This is by the brand Tulani Collection. Extra small petite. I just thought this print was so boho, just so cute. It is this kimono, floral. It kind of has this ruching in the middle, in the back there, which is super flattering. I looked up this exact piece, and there have been several that sold. There are several listed, but there's none in an extra small petite listed right now, which I know can be a harder sell, but I'll be listing that for around $25 as well, and I hope to get between $20 and $25. This next piece my boyfriend picked up. This is just a great filler bread and butter piece, Philadelphia Flyers t-shirt, but it has embroidery on the one sleeve here. It has like this patch. The logo right here is embroidered. Men's size extra large. That I'll be listing around $18. This next piece is a basketball jersey, which jerseys, basketball, football, any jerseys really can do really well. This is from the Mavericks. Honestly, never even heard of this team, but this is on a vintage, like an older Reebok tag, men's size large. There is a little bit of wear on the numbers, but I looked this up, and this exact piece is selling for between $30 and $40. I believe, if I remember correctly, I'll be listing mine right around $35. This next piece I picked up because of the style. It has this all over bee print, button-up blouse. It's this really gauzy material. This is just by the brand Jane and Delancey, which is like a boutique type brand, I think. Women's size extra large, which definitely helps it as well. I'll be listing this for around $25. Again, hope to get between $22 and $25. This next piece is this Panera Bread full zip fleece jacket. The brand is Port Authority. I recently picked up and looked up a Port Authority Starbucks jacket and realized that they sell decently well, and that employee things can sell decently well. Like, somebody that works at Panera might be looking for this on the secondhand market. So I believe I'll be listing this for around $25. This next piece is a vintage piece by Bill Blass. Women's, it says it's a petite size, but it's definitely a longer length. It's a red corduroy button-up jacket. Has pockets. It has a paisley print lining, which I really liked. This I'll be listing again around $25. We're almost at the end here. This piece is by Chico's Design, which is a vintage Chico's tag. Women's size 2, which is equivalent to a US size large. It's this black, lightweight linen blend kind of shacket, but it has this really subtle embroidery on it, which I really, really liked. That again, I'll be listing for around $25. This next piece is an older tag in the Y2K era, new with tags, Sonoma piece, which is just a Kohl's brand, but because it's new with tags, it's also a wool blend and it's a men's size XXL. I picked it up. Super chunky knit, as you could see, has that stripe detail in the front, which is total Y2K in my opinion. Like, when I was growing up, my brother always used to wear stuff like this. Like, it just takes me back. But because this is new with tags, I will be listing this for around $30 to $35. This next piece is another vintage sweater. This is by the brand Shades. When it comes to vintage pieces, brand doesn't matter very much a lot of the time, especially if it's a good style. This is a men's size large button-up sweater vest, has pockets in the front, sort of this Aztec, Southwestern-like geometric print. This is also missing a button, which I didn't realize until I got home. But I'm still going to list it. Of course, I'll be listing this for around $28. Somebody could easily add a button if they wanted to fix that. And I believe this is our last piece. So again, this is a new with tags piece, vintage Y2K era. I found quite a few new tag pieces this day that were older. This is just by the brand US Polo Association, which I would not typically pick up on a normal basis, but this is a men's size 2X. New with tags, like I said, it's this terry cloth material polo. It has this embroidered logo there. Now, it does have some marks on it. I believe they will come off if somebody washes it, but I'm not 100% sure. If you could see that mark right there in the front, that's the most major one. Along that side there's a few marks. So that definitely is going to bring the value down. But I believe I'll be listing that still around $25 to $30 because it's older and just that total like Y2K vibe in my opinion. So that is everything that I'm going to be showing you guys today. I'm pretty sure this is definitely a longer video. So thank you so much if you made it to the end. If you did make it to the end, definitely drop a purple heart down below. I appreciate you so much. I feel like I haven't showed you guys Jasper in a while. He's right there next to me. So I'm going to do Jasper cam just for a minute. What you doing, buddy? You hanging out? He's literally laying on my charger. Like, doesn't care. It's okay. Say hello. Nope. I definitely get it, buddy. I definitely get it. So yeah, thanks again so much for stopping by. I cannot believe we're in the Christmas season. Like, that is just unbelievable to me. But I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you guys stay warm. If it's cold where you are, it's definitely getting cold where I live in Pennsylvania, and I am not a fan. I'm not a fan. Every year, I hate it. I hate it so much. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in my next one.